Hello everyone, K-State here, bringing you another game between some of our players and the rest of the world. In this game we have dLYosh, more commonly known as Chris, from K-State, playing the blue protoss in the top right-hand corner, versus someone named FakePeter, the red terran, in the bottom right-hand corner of this map. Now, Yash, or Chris, is one of our better players at K-State. He is a high masters level protoss. He's been playing StarCraft 2 and other RTSs for a long time. I mean, Chris has just always been doing that as long as I've known him. So he's really good. Now, admittedly, and he admits this himself, PvT is not his best matchup. He's a little bit better at PvP, but we'll see how he does. This, I believe, is a game showcasing one of his new builds that he's been working on lately, and I won't spoil anything because I haven't even really watched the game yet, but I probably have an idea of what he's going to do just because I watched my practice. Anyways, about this map, the natural, very wide open ramp here, one of the worst to wall off against against Zerg, particularly as Protoss. It's just not one of my favorite maps. I don't really honestly enjoy this map as much. The only benefit is the third is rather easy to secure. I mean, you do have these back rocks, but again, it's just so much open space back here against Terran. It's just so annoying. Drops can come from everywhere. It's really hard to predict exactly what's going to happen. And right off the bat, it looks like FakePeter is going to get the lucky scout and scout first time, and it's going to take Yash a long time, but once he sees this SCV, he should know that he's over here, but we'll see if you recognize that. It looks like FakePeter is just going to go the one Rax gasless expand, so playing just about as greedy as possible, besides obviously a command center first. Whereas Yash is going for the double gas. This is the build he loves doing almost always. He opens with this build. He gets the two assimilators, two in each gas. Hopefully quickly he'll do that. Ooh, trying to catch the SCV there. Didn't quite work out for him, but yeah, he really should get the two in that gas. I think he does that earlier. Maybe he waits for a while. I don't see why he'd get the gas that early, but anyways, going back to FakePeter, it looks like everything again is just standard as ever. It looks like also Chris favors getting the Zealot out before the Stalker. I play Protoss, as many of you guys know. My character name is Salhart. I'm also Justin, president of the K-State esports team. I prefer to get the Stalker out first. And against Terran, sometimes I don't even get a unit out at all in the beginning. Because look at this. What is he going to do? Pressure with two Marines? Like, it really doesn't make a lot of sense to do something like that. So, normally you don't need the Stalker. The only time you need a Stalker is if they're doing some sort of gateway pressure. Maybe like 3 racks or 2 racks. But he saw no gas, so I'm not fearing Marauders or just Marines, most likely. Nothing too serious. And he's going to scout with the second SCV just to probably check the expansion. But it looks like Yash is not getting an early expand. He's going 1 gate into Robo, and lots of gas. He's now 3 on gas, so definitely teching up first rather than getting the expansion earlier. That's kind of a unique play by him. His probe just wandering around. He's trying to throw something down, but maybe it's just going to be an expansion. Now the minerals for Terran are just piling up. He needs to either throw down like I said, a couple racks, 2 refineries going down. Still kind of floating pretty high there for a while. Looks like this SCV is just hanging out, still trying to catch a glimpse of the expansion, but Yash is not going to give him that quite yet. He's going to hide the Robo Bay down here, so no scans will detect that. Now this SCV possibly could come in here and find that out, but likely won't. There's no reason to really scout down here if you don't see the expansion. 3 gates going down, so this is almost an all-in. I mean, this is a very delayed expansion if there's going to be an expansion. And, you know, of course, taking all the precautions, FakePeter, he's going to probably get a turret up here. He hasn't seen anything, so maybe DTs. DTs will probably come around 7 minutes, I think is the timing for DTs. And that's fast as possible, DTs. That's just, like, very fast. While the game is just kind of building up, I guess I'll give a little information. Wildcraft had its first, and Wildcraft is the K-State Esports Club, by the way, KSU Wildcraft. It had its first official fundraiser today, and it went pretty well. We won't know exactly how much money we've got until we get the check in the mail a little while from now. So that'll happen in a little while. And then, wow, it looks like Yosh is going for a Colossus drop. How clever! It's really not a build you'll see that often at all. And oh, the expansion didn't even go down. So wow, this is a super delayed expansion in favor of getting this really early Colossus dropout. But on Friday, we're going to be hosting our first LAN tournament. It's actually going to be for charity, and we have that event all on our Facebook. The club has really just been growing a lot, guys, and I think this YouTube project's really cool because some of our players can get some spotlight. I know League of Legends is going to be uploading some videos very soon to the YouTube channel, and that way we'll have a little bit more than StarCraft 2. But right now, these games have been excellent. So far, seeing our protoss players, we have quite a few of them in Wildcraft, more so than any other race. So that's that. Looks like the Warp Prism is moving out. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see what this can do. I'm not so sure. I've never seen Colossus drops working out that well, just because you have to invest a lot in it, and it needs to really be effective. It looks like the Marines are going to try to come in here, but again, you have to be really careful for that Warp Prism, because if that goes down, that would be terrible. And the APM for this is just crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, on the back of this, he has to be macroing too, you know? You're just trying to be annoying with that as much as possible. Looks like FakePeter in response is just going to get lots of Marauders here. Going to throw down that Starport, maybe get out a Viking just to take care of that once and for all. At the same time, his macro really has been pretty good. If you look at the units tab, the SCVs and mules or SCVs and probes are about tied up. But there's like no units for Yosh right now besides this one Colossus. If that goes down, that would be terrible. He does not want that to go down at all. If you look at the efficiency of this Colossus, Yosh has only lost one probe. He's killed 500 resources of FakePeters, but that Colossus is so in the red right now. I mean, that's about to basically die. Meanwhile, back in his base, he's getting +1 charge, and he's probably gonna, there you go, throw down the Templar Archive to get out of this build. He needs to transition into something better. And that is exactly what he's trying to do right now. He's getting these extra gas here at his expansion. The probe count and the SAV count has basically equalized. Now Viking coming out, so this sort of a harassment won't last that much longer. And there you go, the Colossus dead. I think it did what it needed to do. It killed basically double the resources that he lost. A lot of extra racks going down for FakePeter. His macro has been slipping. He should have an expansion honestly down by this point with 900 resources. That's just kind of sloppy that he hasn't had that down yet. Meanwhile, Storm and Charge coming up, extra gates and a Forge being added. I expect a third probably to be taken here soon if he wants to stay competitive with FakePeter. However, FakePeter's getting a lot of racks, 4 actually on the way. It's kind of peculiar. It's maybe some 2-base all-in action, but I highly doubt that, as you know, he has so much money he just might as well expand.